Here's my Brooks Robinson story. I was in fourth or fifth grade, and Brooks, who was doing all those promotions for Crown Gasoline Station, was appearing for a few hours at the Crown Gasoline Station at Liberty and Old Court Road in Randallstown. I think I was like I said, fourth or fifth grade. Every kid in my neighborhood just was beyond excited, and it was a Saturday morning. My friends all came to the door. Come on, Steve, let's go. You know, they were all dressed up in their Orioles garb, and I had my hat and my glove. And as I was walking out the door, a hand grabbed my collar. It was my mom. No, not so fast, young man. It's Saturday. We do chores around here on Saturday. Once you're done your chores, you can go. But mom, it's Brooks Robinson. I'll clean my room and no. You do that first, and then you go. Your dad will take you up to see Brooks. So I rushed through my chores and failed the white glove test. Had to dust my room again, and by the time my dad took me up to the Crown Gasoline Station, I noticed that the line was not very long to get to this booth where Brooks was appearing. I got there and Brooks was gone. It was Vince Bagley, the Channel 11 sportscaster, who was in the booth and not Brooks. I was so disappointed. Years later, I became friends with an announcer and radio host for the Nationals, a guy named Phil Wood, who lived for 30 some years in Reisterstown. People in Washington know who Phil is. Phil and I became good friends. We bonded over guitars and baseball and a lot of other things. And I told Phil that story, and Phil, who had a little bit of a stammer off the air, said, I can't believe there's somebody in Baltimore that's never met Brooks. And that was like right around this time of year. It was like October. So in December, a couple of days before Christmas, Phil's wife, Diane, called me and she said, "Stop by the house. We have something for you." And, I thought this was kind of odd. Like I said, I became pretty good friends with Phil and Diane, and, but not so close that they would get me a Christmas gift. And I stopped by on my way home, and they had this shopping bag, and they opened it up, and inside was the poster that Brooks was actually signing that day. Turns out they're personal friends with Brooks. They called him up and told him this story, and they said Brooks said the same thing that Phil did. He said, "I can't believe that somebody in Baltimore hadn't met me." So he goes, "You know what? In my garage out here, I think I still have some of those posters." So he signed the poster and also sent a baseball and a commemorative Orioles clock, which I have somewhere around here in the house. Probably after I post this video, I'll find that poster and that baseball and that clock, and I'll tag some pictures of that in this story. But that just goes to show what kind of a great guy he is. I never got to meet him, but I felt like I knew him because of all of the years that he broadcast the games and just the presence that he was in Baltimore. And he certainly was my hero growing up. And he said many times that the five greatest days in a row that he ever had as a baseball player happened to coincide with the 1970 World Series. Had it not been for that World Series, he still would have been a 16-time Gold Glove winner and a Hall of Famer. But that to me shows that when opportunity knocks, you rise to the challenge, and he certainly did. To think that he played in World Series in 66, 69, 70, and 71, winning 2 out of 4 is an incredible legacy. And my ex-wife and I were texting today. She's a huge baseball fan, and we both said the same thing. As much of a amazing player he was that much more of a human being, and that came through in every interview that he gave and every broadcast that he was on, and anytime he signed an autograph for anybody here in Baltimore. So, number 5, we love you, we miss you, and you'll always be with us.